All right, it's 12 minutes after 3. Welcome to 95.1 Nigeria. For you've been on, I shouldn't welcome you. You should welcome me. No, I've been around, I promise you. Well, thank you very much for staying locked on 95.1 Nigeria Info. And I sure hope your Wednesday is going A-okay. Mine has lost one meeting after the other. Time to be fantastic. The lamp of weeks. Majeed Dahiru in the studio to do more stuff. Yes, and we will compose. I mentioned yesterday, make one day, some executive of your at the 5 o'clock hour for that conversation. So please stay close to your radio and be a part of all that. Majeed researcher is a feminist and he's detective lead relationship. He just requested for Midweek special edition of the Big Three. Now, the EFC has had over considered that house unit for Connemele, Youth Housing Development and Graphs here. It's spanned about 150,500 square meter located plan 9. That's where CEO Nalugumadica General Court came the record order 8 final feature in December last year. MFA noticed on your try to hold this is a proceed of in life. Yeah. Just rip the bandage of the product of crime. So I highly missing a lot of people. So what happens next now that's being handed to the ministry? They're going to be relocated. But interesting having a piece to what do you think?
I think what happened is the federal ministry of housing and development is over the first notice. And so part of the brother about it might be designated as a fair first decision. Because like having and people complete and then sell them, in the commercially viable enterprise, and the most benefited. What you want to do with someone. It's a good decision to have handed such a property to the authority. It's good. What the minute, for instance, of this is it's good after we come handover. You see, it's very tempting. I sometimes goes to the leadership. The EC. I mean, this is a very tempting discovery that an office looks, for instance, makes much of the other way to recover the handover actually fair development for against them on currency for the Mr. Odu. Sorry, you know that some critical government recently we actually found themselves. It was actually off. Even the credit came, the ones out. This was used for some money for this. Many teams I think it's one the limited capacity of the pandemic, cultural, political, is not just it's like a way of life. So you cannot do so much really. So with that limited capability that they have, train that indeed they can live above board and do according to school and quite commendable.
For Nigerians who are asking, it's been handed over. So exactly, there's going to be an open offer for people to talk. How do we do
that? We sold our price. Okay. Just so leave it, like I don't complete it and put the price on it. So
all right.
This is only consideration.
All right, just before we get to sort of the and the media just also catch up on some of the big stories that are born of them. And which the Halver on the has established that is human error, technical glitch. But we saw more of Snapchat talking conduct more example Canadian media. You can see the of just trying to do a lot to overcompensate at one in time. So then this concern that is hanging over the head of them to Nigeria have been asking how we sure this has not been done. But man, with case people this is the real God result. They know that them who's say funny things in the scene. To make them good. So had enough jam to admit that it had it was not a it was human error. See, Cox, let's just say I should give them that happened. Right, because it we're so at the point where people's trust has depleted to see how do we even trust the of the from situation to the examination itself. And the fact that JAM has been meeting to the government resource, sometimes haven't been as much as you applaud Professor Ishq's reform technology and all of that. There's also this to is JAM have been a rating money government is people of course you also think which I love when the stories worked out last week.
It's a serious issue. This issue there's a huge deficit on JAM's institution. One thing was having this issue of trust now because this is serious. This is examination. And one error on this kicked out to the minute. Something is totally reconciled. Only those that are calling it to they are not that already. However, on the flip side, the other Professor Ed, he took it before. He will bring the hope for this technology option. So please, on one hand, even though handling it, the human element, I think I'm convinced about this. I still think he's a good man. I think he's worth not terror. Or whatever that's happening, not untended error.
But Dr. Majeed, an only error that they got away with until major planes, the first of the exams, not some alone. Somehow, everything.
And that's the flip side. Just came out the mix. Again, it's a giving one. For the matter, given the concerns that we are raised, there is no a review. And they viewed it as problems. And so they're going to tidy up a repetition of what has gone wrong. I think from it's quite the report of JAM. And I that this is left for the institution to take cognizance of and begin to work towards this plan. For having track record of peace and integrity. Really would like to see reflect on and if he thinks that it's continuity, the professor of JAM might do more images. Some people do some sort of fun looking. I'm sure this is I'm doing what is just fun like publish and show some high level material that I was lately the author download that was ready to take full responsibility and honor. But the people we have actually take responsibility to be health. Everybody is listening to hold on to as okay. At least we know that the world is involved. By and large, I big lessons, critical lessons from this. Not be much in a hurry to introduce technology. You know, maybe manage with annual examination and something like a hybrid system. I believe it's not really so before this is time for them to look back and deeply reflect. I'll be need to admit. They don't admit. But everybody have kept and you work why that means for me it's away from all of us. While I'm taking decision, I'm sure the way we was really of in your own. So he says to today to save. And that's about it's actually the trick.
It's that's quick break when we involve this we look at security concern. It's Nigerian terrorists best not to use here Mary to do terrorism in your contest or serious. Hello, my name is Kimberly. A big story conversation every day here on 95.9 Info Hard. Don't get your projectors if you can this here in house. Join the talk. Your military equipment should move to the army and what associate north of the country. Take your national and sub-national police together to promote response around how you soldiers on the ground. A few days ago, they said for about 2 and engines. Please to let them deal with the matter. Decide the president Nigeria listen to stand distinguishing and wrong. These are right those class. He needs to understand what there is on the ground. So it was really talking, the situation of the man. And for some months, Bruno's governor has been, one screaming at the top of his lungs as to what Boko Haram is doing in that region. The surfacing of this group, their new. Well, I see the expression in your face, like, is it refacing like they've been there? But the new energizing, when, feels they have to be energized, that make out again the whole crowd. This is some of this. Talking about the military, I mean, for over a decade, we've been talking about Boko Haram, and for the governor to say we don't have what to do with them drugs and that, it had our brain. I haven't heard it from military years ago saying, oh no, God, take what we need is more money or funding. We've not really heard from the military. It just feels like we're on top of it. Governor is saying it doesn't look like you have this pretty much on like all of a sudden we're going back to this one has to
this right now this is really when I'm sharing now out of war scenarios that guns are booming weapons are lying bombs so what is outside or the sound and fury of warfare to strategize and launch attacks. This is something we're sharing in the while you might look for some days then the next thing you see that to places Russia and those missiles. That's the nature of war. But what is not in that? Since October 2023, Hamas and Israel have been at war now. There's no conclusive ceasefire. It's Russia again for 4 years now. The guns will not sound off every day. They have been battling with Boko Haram. Since 2000 when they launched this insurgency, we have probably dedicated the after until you decide to beat them. Still, why without hearing the gunshot, the war is still as we speak. The war between North Korea and Japan. Because they've not signed this to start. That's the hard one shot in the 50s. Chemical war is still on. It's considered because it's not dead of that and you've not resolved to stop the fighting. So actually the fighting can resume. But war on. What is what they're doing for now? So we've not really escaped this loss that has its epicenter in Borno Yobe and the parts of until we've been able to escape. And that's because you will point is not working, cannot and will never work. Never.
You're talking about military.
When believers are confronted by people, they have to go and find themselves. The only thing is don't fight who does not fight you. So there's no even God didn't say pray against that shooting at you. So there's no any prayer to difficult meet death. People just try to find solutions. I want the positions for military and crime insurgency. Now, apart from what I've already said is theological building blocks for Boko Haram insurgency, which makes it very vulnerable. So activities. It's like trying to change it to make less power for the military had seeds of organization. That needs to be processed in the immediate and in the long term. But in the short, in the medium and long term, but it's what we now is very far. And I'm the what I've lost, if not of enforcement in terms of war.
Understand what we're doing wrong.
We are fighting an asymmetrical with a symmetrical strategy. All over the world, is so nature and force in the mind. In short, his nature is amorphous, not linear, is haphazard. What's the armed force by their nature? They are trained to fight along regular something, certain patterns. And if you know soldiers, by the way, where I have done, soldiers are trained, they are disciplined, their regimentation makes them a bit rigid in their ways that they invest. Coming, what top staff coaches, war coaches, everything in the warfare, they are winning. They were not taught to fight Boko Haram for them. They fight this kind of warfare anywhere. What we are taught to fight is country. We are taught to fight that's gone. So fight for instance, it is army. And when you enemy crosses in lines, what today, they are right. The army cross up zone for some distance. Once you surrender, it means they overwhelmed you. So you surrender, war camp, treat the dog and wait for mistakes. We are the conditions, and vice versa, right? But this is not the case. The embedded in the society.
I mean, they're saying temporary from you just feel like it's so in the fabric of society.
So that is why he is not able to deal with this matter anymore. It's up. Now it's actual civilians, external civilians, aid workers. Then of course what happened? The community are not giving information to why they are no longer under threat of ISWAP. No. All the cow faction that just kills anybody who's not in their camp. These other ones are clever. They developed a strategy that now aid them to the community. So I don't know what the is should be. Is that they don't safe up anymore? Nobody's information anymore. Some bushes against hard targets, soft targets. Soft target is unarmed people, right? People have to the attacks are against the force. The second comes, take equipment and take to their heels.
I mean, back we saw within a week about 4 such.
What happened is this: it's a week of because they got paid. What better? People now side this situation. But that is by the way. Now people would ask me, what's right? I've said it severally. We cannot continue for another 10 years. Child of 10 is a teenager now. We want you to country to when we're still ready. And that solution, and I've written about it before. That's the final solution to matter. Where the army should now fight like an army. I know how. From clever enough to retreat to the north, where they are sucking for us in the way they're doing now. Because at this rate, you don't have to go there because they're there. It's like a human being trying to fight super entities. You need a supernatural entity to fight this party. Now, square, no matter the guns you are carrying is a leader existing. You cannot do it, take it for the city like. So what else you are doing? It is time to apply the final solution. And what is the final solution? Redraw what we call options in the state of war, which is honorary, supposed to be for people members. You can't get radicalized. You can't radicalize anybody that has been. Forget it. They're radicalized for life. I'm speaking of it can't. It's not the day man picks up a gun because of that. You can't get it.
But there's only category of people who has to join.
Nobody had put that before Haram can fight.
Okay, well,
we've
heard statement from the military saying the reason they're doing it is because some people were even abducted.
The military don't know anything. It's a military don't know. Once of experience, nobody's forced to Boko Haram. A group of Boko Haram that you hardly have information about tells you the layer of scrutiny you are going to pass before you can join. It's not to put to anybody. It's the people that really believe and die for the cause. So people that join. They will die for any cause. You can't do this.
No, but history, even young boys who were as child soldiers, who are constantly
and people are insurgency. No. You can have it on them. It's like national. It's a whole game. Boko Haram are looking for recruits. Who go in and dead call, not from the Boko Haram insurgent, from the country. Talk about the when you continuously bring the Islamic State in the solar country of Nigeria, and you make for instance that the affair is with democratic of Nigeria, you are creating thousands, if not millions, of Boko Haram convert into the country in the immediate. Now, difficult to know. If you are pay and pass for Adamawa, and you know you are not a Boko Haram member, please, this safe corridor is open for you for 1 week. Move all your young family, Nigeria proper. You know, it's a very easy track and combo instrument. It's like the sort of bad. But these are opting, you make the all that ways and board behind the man. We're going to make an announcement. If you're back, leave the areas. Open it for millions of people and live. Same way, idea for visual drop effects of Gaza. Those are the for Donisha. And traders at least want to break down. But no, we're not either fixing it. Push your quest. We think about 2 weeks. They can't a proper state of emergency now. It's a state of emergency. I'm not saying the government starting them, but it's ordinary talk. They didn't turn to the army. He was prepared matter. There was this politicization of says he was being careful. I'm talking about reason. If you know how the Boko Haram member leave the Air Force moving. After bring everything down. Look, Because if you don't do this, I'm telling you, your source for against the leaders. I work. It's tough. And this will not come to pass again. Look, carry out continuous ailment, even for 1 year. Moves bomb, then I don't move. I don't. That with heavy artillery armor corps to shell like a total insane. Because we get.
Who is to say they're not going to migrate from there and go somewhere? Because the scope is not just Borno.
We know the area of operation. Carry out indiscriminate area. The Nigerian government can seek help and assistance from interpans in this country. So we don't solve the problem in this belt. If the state is not answer, a certain board, even the bit, you know, what indiscriminate
that will attract those interests. If looking eyes for that is it has to not exactly go.
This was the method that Russia and America applied in Taiwan, which gave us our points. If Trump was from the north area, in the northern was being tackled by ISWAP and then ISIS, it was then. The American government was to not give of the terrorists in order to put pressure on Assad regime. So what's between that terrorists who I prefer that for now. So he collaborated with Russia to not carry out massive operations to root out. I think it was the middle 206. It was because I was still in the way. I'm speaking about. Why is it like the Nigerian branch still bring board for both Israel, South Africa? We are still Nigeria now to go and start establishing this again. And the new law of hard group. We do not know what next few years. What actually itself again, I imagine on a legitimate leader as a state sponsor of international jihad before cut off this cancer. Carry out surgical option with medical precision. How do you continue area bombardment? We are trying to give deep to distance. This is how we go to the economy competition. Sorry. This is why it comes to don't talking about now. This was not what we are trained for. Flip the rule of engagement now. From a certain warfare, we are so vulnerable. Because we are careful, Siemens. As you being careful, somebody is not careful. They can just this area of risks, your main choice. You can indeed careful. I'm sorry. Not see like that. God the sickness. Claim when you train and that's that one moment. You have to feel equally. You move to with the efforts. The armor corps at the not food. To see my sense. So don't use one for the case.
I'm not talking about it for that. Because the government should be pressure.
You have things, okay. Or do you have a car? You fuel your car. You have an extra kind of fuel in your car. And I want to go to the job, but you have to go to the so say the way I go to go and I'll face south. How get fuel is the direction. You must, it's got to be a transport earth policy. Total. And there's no time to now. How come we're seated? Who say not to? So for the across level it is time to teach them. Look, the armed forces must act fighting against imitating Borno and Parliament. But those people that are not moving words, put in the camp and monitor. But out this area, it's what he could not himself. The hands of Lawrence Letterman. That's what is hard now. Look, when they attacked America, look guys, up 10 times. I guess the result of that. They are called homeschooling.
Dr. Majeed, America would never miss somebody in his own sword. So you think the Nigerian state, I guess, with the
area that I carried out a level of in Afghanistan, you are guest of the Taliban. Well, in America, Americans, America would destroy the whole of it. It's difficult for you in America to go scot-free. You are eyeing on the boss all they pursue Osama till they got him stand. What I'm saying is, America not continue to say it's not possible. I'm bring everything there, including yes.
Because I'm trying to think, how did other African countries get some level of terrorism in the eastern part of the continent?
Total warfare. We are not joking. Look at how they did it. To do it, they forget the whole country. Nobody played with these guys. That's what the cash the guys forget themselves. You have to kill all of them. That's not sure. You know what? Yes, we did this. No movement have been killed. Wait it. You discover that Nigeria didn't do movement during this war. You don't lost the general the battlefield. No, none. If a colonel that died there, I don't know. Of an officer of the rank of a colonel that died during the war, I don't know of any. A brigadier has been killed in this war. If you know what it is to kill the war, you could have come over time to not get brigade commander. Somebody in Borno. So that they are ready to be the
and naturally, they're humans.
You know, normally you would think she has to go and prove and they are fighting. Because if you're not fighting, you don't think what we are doing
for that.
They didn't train up this.
In the US, we saw how a green warfare weekend in Vietnam. When they were still people who every day, like, we don't understand, yeah.
And you know what? Because after they don't understand it, because it's pollution, Taliban was about there. They cannot understand. But they have the mood, the small regime, that was charged. Simple. After the contract, Taliban has been lazy to lose. They are not getting anything anymore. Yes. You want to think that? As an alternative, yes.
Okay, well,
As an alternative to what I'm saying, and if you don't say it too, alternatives. I don't want to the picture. I don't want my children discussing Boko Haram insurgents. I have to focus on making progress. This is 15 years. But there's an alternative. If I just don't want to do this. And the Muslim not. We continue to share these sentimentalities and ideological affiliation with Boko Haram insurgents, where we want to say that government system is that. The only thing is we're using politics in the field, why they are using battle, using a gun and whatever. If we strongly want to be an Islamic thing, let us stop this fighting. Let appeal to look at how we all do about this itself. Yeah. So let us go to the meeting. Let the government including some other leaders to let's agree. Now, if the Sharia government they want to grant to us, this COVID-19, we are all aware of this. So it has made it out well. We have to pay. You see, don't see it through. So everyone should keep them. So you want to keep region. Everyone keep their resources. So we're now touching on along that line because we are going from there. It's also one of Nigeria. Fight for good. Let us share the same thing. What's the mainstream?
It can't be in a different.
No, that's why you can't this one. Don't for this question. Let us go and bring